Hey high school sports fans, welcome to 806 High School Sports Connection. I'm Victor Hatchett with my co-host Jason Pearson, and we're about to give you the district rundowns for week 9. Hey Jason, the first district we want to go over is District 1, 3A, Division 2. Give us the rundown on that district.
Well, as we stated last week, it's going to be Idalou and Spearman. We stated that in the district previews about 7 weeks ago, that it was going to be Idalou and Spearman, and we right. It's finally coming down to next week. Title week is what we're going to name it. Idalou will play Spearman. Idalou beats Fritch 49-3. Schilling has 12 carries, 172 yards, and 4 six-packs to the house. Spearman beats Tulia 58-13.
Wow.
The Lynx are on a massive roll. We'll go into that game 9-0. Idalou's won 7 straight games. This is probably the best game in the week in the 806. I'm glad we get to go attend that game. Jeff Romans will be covering that game. The whole game, no more halftime. We got to get the whole game now. It's the real deal. How about, let's talk about Highland Park. Highland Park played Roosevelt. 42-21 Highland Park eliminated Roosevelt from the playoffs. What do you think about Roosevelt? How do you feel about that? They go 5-0 before district and lose 4 straight games in district and get eliminated in the playoffs. I really thought Roosevelt was going to go further. What do you think about that?
You know, that's kind of tough for that football team. You know, they came out this year and they look real strong, and it seemed like they spiraled down at the end right there, you know, and it's kind of unfortunate for them, you know. But the thing is, you got to tell your kids to just keep working hard and continue to try to finish the season on the right track.
Shocked, man. I really thought Roosevelt was going to propel themselves to the playoffs. They had the chance, you know. It's just some tough breaks. I think back to that 19-12 loss they had to Tulia at home. They came back and stung them in a hard way.
Yeah, they did.
Got them eliminated from the playoffs. Let's jump into District 4-2A. Seagraves, district champions. Once again.
Yeah.
How about Corey Kyle? 17 carries for 371 yards and 5 more touchdowns. That's 11 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks for Corey Kyle.
Wow.
Unbelievable the stuff he is doing, and he does it in the playoffs too. We'll get to see that up close and personal coming up. How about, let's see, Morton beating Plains 40-11. I'm glad Plains got on the board. Plains hadn't scored in like 5 games. They got 11 points.
Yeah.
They still lost 40-11. So that sets up the playoff with this. If Sundown, which had a week off, if they beat Morton, then that clinches a playoff spot for Sundown and Smyre.
Yeah.
If they lose, might be a coin flip. What do you think about that district?
Hey man, you know, good tough district. You know, first of the year we always talked about Seagraves. Seagraves been on a roll this season, man. Yes. Unbelievable what Corey Cowell has been doing. You know, and it's just been interesting to see and watch them play all year. And you just wish them well going down the line in the playoffs. Yeah,
and you know what? That one thing we like, me and you both, is the humbleness of Corey Cowell.
Yeah,
a great kid. Parents have raised him well because every time we see him, talk to him, interview him, a great interview. You know, he's always giving love to the offensive line, which you need to. Because the Big Uglies open the door. If they give you a little room, you can go through the door and take it to the house.
Right.
So he's not taken to the head. Another thing I like, he's been playing quarterback the last 3 weeks.
Wow, that's impressive.
You know, Tanner Rodriguez has been hurt. He'll be back for the playoffs. And they are still dominating. That's scary, man. You know, Richard Longoria, he's doing great out there too. How about District 1-2A? The District of Champions has a champion, folks. The Canadian Wildcats, as we suspected.
Yeah.
They beat Panhandle 62-8. They were up 35-0 at halftime. Canadians ranked number 2 in the state for a reason.
Yeah.
They're the real deal.
Yeah.
How about Wellington though? Wellington beats the net 58-14. Wellington's in the playoffs. Wellington is starting to get that state championship swagger back. Let's not forget they were the state champions last year. And they lost a couple of games, but they lost 2 playoff caliber, state caliber teams.
Yeah.
They're right there, and they're going to be ready, and they're going to have something to say in this district that we're in this area. We'll have to see Wellington, one of these teams. Maybe Abernathy? What do you think about this district?
Hey man, good strong district, man. You know, Canadian came out first of the year, looked good, looked strong, finished strong.
Yeah.
But you know, you can never judge the heart of a champion. You know what I'm saying? Wellington, man, you know, they had a rough a few games, but they fought back and they showed the character of their team. And it's going to be interesting to see how they roll in the playoffs also.
Oh yeah, and then the 3 playoff spots have already been clinched. Canadian, Wellington, and Stratford.
Yeah.
Panhandle came up just short this year. Good luck, you know, on them in the previous years. They did great, you know. So, you know, that was a great season for guys. They just were in the District of Champions.
Yeah.
How about District 14A? Estacado beat Seminole 46-13. You can talk about that game. How about Borger beating Pampa 46-20? It just threw that whole district into a frenzy, to a boomerang. Estacado's 4-0 district champs. Pampa, Borger, and Seminole are all 1-2 in district.
Wow.
1-2 in district. So whoever wins here, this last games here, it might go down to a coin flip. It might go down to one of them have a play-in game like last year. We had District 2-2A with Farrell and Spring Lake Earth and the likes. So, Vic, what happened besides Borger outscoring Pampa 33-0 in the second half to win that game in Pampa?
Wow.
What happened on the Estacado Seminole side?
Hey man, good game, man. You know, and I want to give a congratulations out to Coach Danny Savance and his coaching staff and all those kids over at Lubbock Estacado.
Yes.
Man, a great game. I think Estacado's on. You know, I've kind of rode them pretty tough all year long about their defensive side of the ball. But they showed me Friday that if they come together and play team ball like they're capable of doing, Estacado can make a real good run in the playoffs, man, and get pretty deep, man.
Yeah.
So I want to give a shout out to those guys and congratulations on that district championship.
I tell you what, man, all the turmoil, all the things that Estacado's football team has went through this year.
Yeah.
To still roll out 6 consecutive victories and to win the district the way they won that game, wasn't close. It wasn't a back and forth. They dominated Seminole.
Yes, they did.
A total domination. I'm proud of Estacado Matadors. LISD, you know, has their second team in the playoffs. Monterey and Estacado will be in the playoffs. So when we come back off a break, we'll be going over more district previews, and later on, Players of the Week. We'll be back.
Let's go, let's go, let's go! Come on, Pearson.
Ready, Pearson. Let's go. Hit the block. Block for it. Go, go.
Well, run it.
Hey, high school sports fans, welcome back to 806 High School Sports Connection. I'm Victor Hatchett with my co-host Jason Pearson, and we're going to continue to give you the district rundown. And the first district we want to go over in this segment is District 2A Division 1. Jason, give us the rundown on that district.
Well, the district champion is set. The 2 playoff teams are set. The only thing that's getting played for in this district next week is the seeding. You know, Florida will take on New Deal in New Deal. The winner of that game gets the second, finishes second. The loser of that game finishes third. But the playoff spots are clinched. Abernathy has clinched the district. Will get a first round bye. Looking good. Nick Clarkson is still out, but he came and kicked extra points for him. But Garrett Roy, how about him? 124 yards rushing, 215 yards passing, and 4 total scores for the Lopes. Cassius Cunningham, he also had 3 touchdowns for Abernathy. Their defense looked invincible. That team is on another level, you know, from last year. They lost in the 3rd round. This year, they should go deeper. They're looking like a well-oiled machine. Coach Daly does a great job with those kids, as usual. Hard coaching, but fair.
Yeah.
That's all you can ask for out of a coach. Oldton would have win over Tohoku 27-14. That was a great win. And as we said, New Deal won 48-12. Demetrius Jackson, 19 carries, 135 yards, and 3 scores. And looking like they're getting healthy. Give me a roundup on that.
You know, good competitive district. I like that district. You know, we've been talking about Abernathy all year long about how good they've been playing all season.
Yeah.
But, you know, the team that I'm most impressed with is the New Deal Lions.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they've been through a lot of adversity this year with a lot of injuries. And to be able to fight back and get healthy at the right time, hey, watch out for the New Deal Lions, which is always competitive and always strong in that playoff race. So
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting. And how about those whirlwinds, the Florida guys? Man, they faced some adversity early, but came around and played some good football late. And the last 2 weeks they've lost, but they're playing good ball.
Yeah.
So congratulations to them and their program of getting into that playoff race.
Yeah. In the playoffs, very excited for the whirlwinds. You know, they going dancing. Once you get in the dance, you never know which steps you're going to take.
Exactly.
So it's anybody's ball game. Let's go on to District 2-3A. They have their district champion. You know, we were very excited about this district early.
Yeah.
Shallow Water comes out on top. 53-40 over Brownfield to win the district in the outright game. Cooper Ogle, 325 yards rushing, 93 yards receiving, and 4 touchdowns again.
Wow.
Cooper Ogle is running himself into elite territory.
Yes, he is.
You know, maybe player of the year. Things he's doing with that young team. He's assumed leadership responsibility, and he is playing like a man possessed.
Yes.
To get Shallowater past that 3rd round this year. Coach Maxfield is doing an outstanding job for the Shallowater Mustangs.
Yeah.
Brownfield doing exceptional as well.
Yes, they are.
The adversity they faced in the summer, that's all gone now, and they're right where we thought they were going to be before all that stuff even took place.
Yeah.
I thought they would finish 2nd, and I thought they would be dangerous in the playoffs, because anytime you have a quarterback that can throw and scramble the way that Jalen Nolan does,
Yes.
you're a threat.
Yeah.
You put too many in the box, he'll hit you deep with Jordan Demps. If you put 6, 7 in the box, he'd take off, he might go to the house.
Yeah.
And a lot of teams know that personally up close.
Yeah.
Hey, City, 46-6 win over Tornillo. They're in the playoffs. The Shock. What about the Kerman Slayton game? Tell me about that game.
Hey man, tough loss for Slayton, man. They lost at home, man. You know, I thought Slayton would be in the mix to be in the playoffs this year. They've had some adversity and a tough run the last few weeks, man. And to see them lose at home like that was very disappointing, man. And you know, you just wish well and hope they can continue to finish the season on a good note.
Yeah. Slayton will be better. You know, it was a young team, as Coach Terry stated, so we wish you guys the best, man.
Yes.
And that was a tough loss at home, but, you know, you guys are judged your character as men off the field anyway. So
Yes.
just, you know, guys will be all right. How about District 2-6A?
Wow.
How about Friendship putting up 61 points on Coronado? 61-20 win over the Mustangs. A-Watt, Sander Cox, the double threat. Both of them over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns apiece. Parker Bingham is doing great at the quarterback position. Brandon Sherlin had a couple of touchdowns for the Mustangs. He's playing great. Should go D1.
Yeah.
You know, his team is, you know, on hard times, but that wide receiver right there with the adversity and things that he's been through this season, to play the way he's playing.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Unbelievable. And Scouts, Texas Tech, I hope you're looking at him. Y'all need some help. How about Amarillo winning the Battle of Amarillo over Tascosa? 28-14.
Yeah.
Spencer Simpson with 2 more touchdowns. Amarillo's going to run and hit you in the mouth, and they don't mind if you know it's coming.
Yeah.
They don't ever pass.
Nah.
What a game. What a contrasting styles, because Friendship will put it up in the air.
Yeah.
You know, that's a mega matchup coming on Thursday night to see who wins that district.
Yeah.
Man, give me a rundown on that. What do you think?
Hey man, you know, as every year, Friendship and Coach Davis,
Yeah.
they in the mix again.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, this year they got 2 backs that went over 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
Ronald A. Watt and Grant Sander Cox, man, 2 of probably the toughest backs on the South Plains.
Yeah.
Impressive this year, man. And then, you know, Amarillo High. What can you say about them, man?
Man.
Undefeated during the season and in district.
Yeah.
What a night coming up Thursday night next week, man.
Okay.
That's going to be probably the best game to see on the South Plains, man. So if anybody can go down and see that and see some real good football in the South Plains, go watch that game Thursday night.
And as we know, those playoff spots are clinched. The Monterey, you know, they'll have the 3rd or 4th spot depending on who wins the game with Tascosa on Friday. And the 1 and 2 spots go to the winner and loser of the Friendship Amarillo game. Let's jump into District 1-3A.
Yes.
How about Littlefield winning 34-0 over Freona? DeMondrick Moore with 143 yards and 2 more touchdowns.
Yes.
And then you also have Muleshoe beating Dimmitt 56-6. Something about Muleshoe, they are starting to really turn it up, and on offense and defense.
Yes.
They've only given up 13 points the last 4 weeks on defense, man. Those Mules are really ready, inspired. Without Daniel Campos, you know, injury, he'll be back for the playoffs, and they're still dominating opponents.
Yes, they are.
Setting up another huge matchup when they play Littlefield in Littlefield for the District 1-3A D1 title.
Wow.
Woo! And how about Childress beating Real Road 34-10 to get that final playoff spot? What do you think about this district?
I like that district, man. You know, Muleshoe, man, I am so impressed with their program, man. They continue each year to build up and be really vital in that district. And then Littlefield, what can you say about them, man? Those 2 teams and those 2 programs are really consistent on the South Plains. So I give a shout out to both of those coaching staffers and those programs to just continue to work hard and hopefully go make a deep run in the playoffs and hopefully be a contender for the state championship, either one of those programs.
And don't forget also Littlefield, Dontre Ewing had 26 carries for 140 yards, 2 scores also, so they're introducing another piece.
Yes, they are.
When we come back off break, we'll be breaking down some more districts. And don't forget, coming up later, the Elite 8 Players of the Week for Week 9. Jason Pearson, Victor Hatchett, 806HSSCTV.
Hey, high school sports fans, welcome back to 806 High School Sports Connection. I'm Victor Hatchett with my co-host Jason Pearson, and we're going to continue to give you the district rundown.
Yeah.
And Jason, the first district we want to go over is District 4, 5A. Give us the rundown in that district.
Well, like you said, I'm going to give you the rundown. How about Warren Fly running down 504 yards on 21 carries and 5 touchdowns? He almost averaged 25 yards a carry. 25 yards a carry? Emmitt Smith didn't even do that. But that's 738 yards in his last 2 games. 7 touchdowns. In the Player of the Year conversation for sure. They win 53-21, and now all of a sudden they have some renewed enthusiasm because now they have a chance to win that district because Abilene Cooper beat Lubbock Cooper 52-42.
Yeah.
Lubbock Cooper had a great performance from Colton Ayers, the undisputed leader of that team, 19-25, 516 yards and 5 touchdowns. So he played great. They just, they got down 21-0. When you're on the road and you get down 3 touchdowns, you are already battling the crowd. Now you got to battle the scoreboard and the team. That's 3 strikes, you're out.
Yeah.
But I think Lubbock Cooper will be fine. I think they're going to make a deep run in the playoffs. That was a good loss. Sometimes it's good to lose a couple of games, get you more refocused because your main goal as a coach, I know mine is, I don't want to get in the playoffs. I want to be playing, early December in Dallas for the championship.
Exactly.
So, they lost, but they still in the playoffs. All 3 of those teams still in the playoffs. So it depending on what happened. If Plainview beats Lubbock High, and if Abilene Cooper wins their game against Lakeview, then all 3 of those teams will clinch the district. They have to do a coin flip for seeding. So what do you think about that district?
Hey, man, good competitive district. I've been really impressed with Plainview, man. They've been playing some good ball. They kind of struggled early in the season, but they fought back and been playing some consistent ball. And, Abilene Cooper, man, a good team out of the Abilene area. And then Lubbock Cooper, man, that what they've done all year. We had an opportunity to go out there and even visit with that team this year.
Great team.
Real impressed with them. And then I don't want to forget about, Lakeview, which probably get the 4th slot in that district.
Yeah.
And then Lubbock High. I just want to give a shout out to Coach Strunk, what a job he's done. I know it's been tough this year, but keep fighting and keep your head up and move your program forward.
Oh, yeah. Let's jump into District 3, 2A Division 2. Crosbyton has clinched the district championship with Quanah beating Lockney 55-14.
Wow.
How about Crosbyton? Let's go over some of the players that scored touchdowns for them. Nathan Childers, Tim Childers, Bobby Childers, Gabriel Garcia. They are loaded, man.
Yeah.
Loaded, dangerous. How about Tanner Clark? Assuming the leadership responsibility role, he took that run 70-something yards, got up and just looked over there at the crowd like, hey, this team's the real deal.
Yeah.
And everybody's starting to believe it now, man. I was on you guys back in when I went to go see him in 2 days, and I told you about the running back. I said, there's a running back on JV. Looked like he should be on varsity. Wonder why he's not on varsity. Now I know why, because Nathan Childers over 2,000 yards, 31 touchdowns. He was the one starting on varsity. But, man, I'll tell you, Crosbyton's primed to make a deep run. When you run the ball and play defense like them, it's going to be hard for any team to beat them. And if you key in on Childers, you got to worry about Clark. You key in on those, you got to worry about L.A. Rios, Bobby Childers, Tim Childers. It's not a one-trick pony out there in Crosbyton. What do you think about that district?
Hey, man, a good, powerful district, man. Crosbyton, man, I'm so impressed with them. Like you say, we went out there during 2 days to get it, the trophy away to Childers.
Yeah. But,
man, that team right there, man, can make a real deep run in the playoffs, man, and probably win state. I look for them to make a state run this year, man, with how they performed all year and with the various ways they can score. Yeah. Man, I'm impressed with that, man. And, in that district, and they're the champs probably of that district, and, you wish the best for them moving forward.
How about Bobby Childers for Crosbyton? Let's go over his day. He runs cross country all day, wins 2nd, goes to state qualifying, gets back, goes play the football game, has a pick and a 65-yard touchdown reception. It can't get no better than that for one day for a player.
You can't.
Let's jump into 2A Division 1. Farwell steps out of district and plays the number 6 ranked team in 2A in Lindsay and loses late in the 4th quarter 20-12. A great loss. Yeah, I said it. A great loss. To get ready, because that's the type of teams they'll see in the 3rd and 4th round of the playoffs.
Exactly.
Farwell is getting themselves ready for the playoffs. What a way. What a great schedule. That was good for the coach to schedule that game for the Steers. Vega goes into Spring Lake Earth and takes that momentum away with a 27-20 win. I was shocked.
Yeah.
I thought Spring Lake Earth would beat Vega. That sets up another title matchup, folks. Farwell gets Spring Lake Earth at home for the District 2 2A Division 1 title on Friday night.
Woo!
Sudan beats Bovina 42-35. Bovina's lost every game in district. How about Barry Johnson? 21 carries, 291 yards, and 6 touchdowns.
Ooh, that's
6.
impressive, yeah.
Barry Johnson will be on the first team all district 2A. Might be. What's a little tough competition at 2A for the for All State. You know, he'd be competing with Corey, Kyle, and Nathan Childress, but he has a chance to be on All State team.
Yeah.
What do you think about that district?
I like that district. You know, Farwell's tough. They went in and lost a tough game in the out-of-district game to a very good team. You know, number 6 ranked team. That was good to lose them at 20-12. That showed you they got a lot of competitiveness about themselves.
Yeah.
And Spring Lake Earth, man, I was kind of disappointed in the loss they took because they started to come on and play some good ball and do their thing late in the season. And to lose to Vega, which it seemed to be a pretty tough team to go in and beat Spring Lake Earth, and they play. So it says a lot. Then Sudan, man, wow. That kid, Barry Johnson, man, all year long we kind of touched on him all year, but to get 6 touchdowns like that shows you he got a motor, man, and hopefully in the playoffs he can make a run to do what he needs to do to help his team move forward.
Oh, yeah. I tell you one thing about Spring Lake Earth, you know, they still got a chance to redeem themselves.
Yeah.
You know, if they beat Farwell, it'll be a 3-way tie, and Vega can win against Sudan. So that'll be a coin flip toss again. Or Farwell can just run it outright.
Yeah.
Let's go jump into District 3-5A, the Amarillo I-27 district. Canyon slaps around Caprock 42-7. Canyon had something to play for. They were inspired, which we'll talk about later in the week on a different show, but they played for their teammate 42-7.
Yes, they did.
How about Hereford clinching a playoff spot, beating Dumas 35-28? And then you had the shocking score of me in the Amarillo. Canyon Randall beat Paladuro 51-22. Wow. Man, I'll tell you one thing about Randall. They lost that one time to Tascosa. Randall is very, very dangerous.
Yes, they are.
Very dangerous in the playoffs. Setting up another district title matchup.
Yeah.
When they take on Canyon. Canyon versus Canyon Randall, the Battle of Canyon for the District 3-5A title, which is what we thought before the season started. Yeah. Give me a rundown on that.
Hey, man, you know, that district, good district, too, also. You know, Hereford, man, beating Dumas 35-28. Look like Hereford going to wrap up that last spot in that district for that 4th place playoff spot.
Yeah.
Hereford kind of been through some adversity, but they fought pretty strong at the end to be able to get a playoff spot and let the chips fall where they made for them. Sir. And then you say Canyon, man. What can you say about them? All year long, they've pretty much dominated everybody they've played, man. So it's going to be interesting to see what those guys can do, too. So watch out for that district.
Oh, yeah. And, let's District 3-3A. How about Post beating Colorado City 21-12? Post has clinched a playoff spot.
Well, congratulations.
Happy for you guys for all the stuff y'all been through. Now y'all will be in the postseason for the dance. Yeah. When we come back off break, we will go ahead and release our Elite 8 players of Week 9. Jason Pearson, Victor Hatchett, 806HSSCTV. Hey, welcome back to 806HSSCTV. I'm Jason Pearson, Victor Hatchett, the tag team doing our thing. All right, we're going to go over to 806 Elite 8. Once again, remember, you got to get your stats in time for us to see if we miss a player or two. We apologize, but we just go off what we have. Let's go over to the first player. Of course, the player of the week, Warren Fly, Plainview, 21 carries, 504 yards, and 5 six-packs in their win, 53-21 over Lakeview.
Wow, how about number 2 player of the week, Cooper Ogle of Shallowater, man. 325 yards rushing and 95 yards receiving and 4 touchdowns. Hell of a game for that kid.
Yes. How about Brant Schilling of Idlewood, number 3? 19 carries, 172 yards, and 4 more scores. That's 8 scores in the last 2 games for that Idlewood Wildcat.
And our number 4 player is Colton Ayers from Lubbock Cooper, man. This kid has been mentioned earlier in the year, man. He was 29 of 35, 416 yards passing, and 5 touchdowns.
Yikes. How about Garrett Royal? Superman. Batman's out right now. Superman's got his cape on, folks. 18 carries, 124 yards, 1 touchdown. 11 of 14, 215 yards, and 3 more touchdowns for the Abernathy Antelopes.
And how about number 6 player, Barry Johnson from the Sudan. 21 carries, 291 yards, and 6 touchdowns. What a game by that young man.
6 touchdowns?
6.
Woo! How about Corey Cobb from Seagraves? He's been on here a lot. 17 carries, 371 yards, and 5 touchdowns for Seagraves. At quarterback.
Wow. And a whole team for the last place, the 8th place. The Friendship Tiger offense, man, putting up over 500 yards on Coronado in a 61-20 win. Congratulations to Coronado and Friendship, both teams on that end. But, man, Friendship really powerful, man.
Oh, yeah.
And, hey, man, we'll be back next week for week 10 of the district previews and the district champs, and also a preview of the playoffs.
Yes.
806 High School Sports Connection. I'm Victor Hatchett, Jason Pearson. Good night.